supposed the 8.9 disk method revolve around x or y axis. And remember, the volume of this solid revolution in bracket is like, sorry, it's pi in brackets capital R of x squared dx. And remember, R of x is like the distance between like the volume and the outside of the shape. So yeah. And let's get into our first problem. It says, for each problem, sketch the area bounded by the equations and revolve it around the axis indicated. Find the volume of the solid formed by the revolution and leave your answer in terms of pi. So for one, it says y equals negative x plus 2, x minus 0, and y equals 0. Revolve around the x-axis. So we can kind of draw a picture. It's important to draw pictures for these. So y, x, and it says starts at 2, and it goes down. And it revolves around the x-axis. So that means it's kind of going like this in the way. And that's our area bounded. But yeah, that's our shape right there. And for here, oh, it's important to label this. This will be 2, 0, that point right there. But anyway, since it's respective x, so automatically we can put y. Oh, and remember our equation. Remember our equation right here. Why did I say y? It's an integral bounded from 2 to 0, because remember it starts at 0 and it's at 2. That's where the x-intercepts, or you want our x-intercepts to be. Not our x-intercepts, our region based off our x's that's given. So 0 to 2, pi, our r squared, our r of x is basically just like your f of x minus g of x. But since we don't have that, we can just put the equation inside. So it'd be negative x plus 2 squared d of x. And I kind of worked this beforehand, so I kind of memorized it. So 2, pi is constant, so you put it outside. That would be x squared minus 4x plus 4 dx. And you need to evaluate it. And since it's an integral, you need to evaluate it like, so pi. Of course, don't forget your power rule. 2x squared plus 4x, evaluated from 0 to 2. And I'm not going to write out the whole thing, but I'm just going to say like pi equals, and you know to plug that in. So your whole 2 minus your whole of 0. I know, I'm just plugging it in, like you get it. I just don't want to write it out. But that would be pi. I already solved it, so pi 8 over 3 equals to, yeah. That's basically the answer. But I just didn't want to write it out in like in parentheses and all that. But that's your solution. So the next one is basically like the same thing. We can draw it out. So x equals to 1, x equals to 4, and y is square root. So I'm trying to figure out where that is. Hold on. I am so dumb. It's like this. And it revolves around the y-axis. So it'll be going like this. I'm so bad at drawing these. But yeah. And, oh, sorry. And since we don't really have, you know, r of x where it's like f of x minus g of x, we just plug in the equation. So we know our area is bounded from 1 to 4 pi square root of x squared. So it'd be pi 1 for x dx. And don't forget to evaluate that. Don't forget your power rule. Don't forget none of that. So I'm just writing it out because I already solved for it. And that will equal to 15 pi over 2. And that's your solution.